Tension and fear gripped me as the call from +026758 suddenly appeared on my phone screen again. I couldn't figure out what the girl wanted from me. The thought that a disembodied, dead girl was calling me sent shivers down my spine. Although she had called me before, I hadn't believed back then that she was dead. So, out of fear, I hung up and turned off my phone to prevent her from calling again. Suddenly, my switched-off phone rang once more, from the same number. Terrified, I finally answered the call. With a trembling voice, I said, "You asked for my help, and I did it. They found your body. Why are you calling again?" "Yes, thank you so much for that. But your work isn't done yet. I need another favor. Please, don't ask me to do anything else. I can't even understand what's happening to me. You're driving me crazy. Please don't call me again. No one else can help me but you. Please don't refuse." "Well, you could directly ask your father for help. And honestly, I don't even know you. How do you know me? Believe me, I've never seen you before. Why are you only calling me?" "I'll give you the answer when the time comes." "What do you mean by when the time comes?" "The day I meet you, I'll tell you everything." "Meet me? But you're dead. How can you meet me?" "The same way I'm talking to you after my death, that's how I'll meet you." "What are you saying?" "No. I have no desire to meet you. I'd die of fear. If I did. But if you don't help me, I'll have no choice but to appear before you." "All right, I'll help you one last time. Tell me what I need to do, but don't call me again after this. This won't be the last time. You'll have to help me again. Otherwise, I'll be forced to come to you. And if I do, I'll end you and your entire family in one night." "Don't talk like that." "Fine. Tell me what I need to do." "You need to go to my house in Lake City right now. My father is there alone. Ever since my body was found, he's been crying nonstop. And now, he's having trouble breathing. If you don't take him to the hospital quickly, he'll die. Go there immediately and arrange for him to be admitted." "But how can I go to your house at this hour? Please don't ask me to do this. If anything happens to my father, I'll end your family too. Find a way to get to my house now." Then the girl hung up. I was terrified and overwhelmed with worry. How could I leave the house at this hour? But if I didn't go to the girl would surely harm my family. With no other option, I lied to my parents and left the house. I told them that a friend had been in an accident and I needed to go. After much difficulty, I found a ride and reached the house in Lakeview City. Upon arriving, I saw the girl's father lying on the ground, unconscious. I quickly splashed water on his face to revive him, but he didn't regain consciousness. I panicked. Had he died? I checked his pulse and found he was still alive. I called the neighbors, and they took him to the hospital while I returned home. The next day, I went to the hospital to check on him. I found him much better. A man took me inside and told the girl's father. He's the one who informed the neighbors about your condition. Then the man left. The girl's father said to me, "Thank you, son. You saved my life today." "But where do you live? And how did you know I was unwell?" I didn't know what to say. Gathering courage, I finally told him, "Your daughter called and told me you were unwell." The man stared at me in shock and asked, "My daughter? Are you joking? She died 3 days ago." Then I explained everything to him. I told him that I was the one who first reported his daughter's body. Before that, after her death, she had called and told me everything. She had explained how and by whom she was killed. And last night, she had called again to tell me that he was unwell. I told all of this to the girl's father, but instead of believing me, he got angry and said, "My daughter is dead, and you're making jokes? My daughter talked to you after her death? Get out of here. You have no idea what it feels like to lose a daughter. You're here to mock me." I knew he wouldn't believe me, but I had no other choice. I had only told him the truth. Suddenly, a thought crossed my mind. My phone has an auto call recorder. That means all the calls with the girl might have been saved. Why hadn't I thought of this earlier? If I played the recordings for her father, he would believe me. I went into the saved call recordings and started searching for the calls. But what I found left me completely shocked. The recordings of all the calls from the past few days were there, except for the calls from the girl's number at night. There was no trace of the calls from Plo or Sue 58. I was stunned. I checked my call. Log to confirm, but the number Plorzo26758 was nowhere to be found. According to my phone, I hadn't received any calls after midnight for the past few days, but the girl had been calling me every night from that number. My mind was in complete chaos. Without saying anything more to the girl's father, I left the hospital. Standing on the street, I began to wonder why the girl only called me at night and why she only sought my help. Everything she said came true, which meant her spirit was definitely nearby. But why hadn't her soul found peace? I had no answer. By the end of the day, I was lying in bed at home. I was alone tonight. My parents had gone to visit relatives. Holding my phone, I wondered if the girl would call me again tonight. But why would she? She didn't need any more help. I had done everything she asked. Then, suddenly, the call came again from Plowes127548. I felt a bit scared. Why was she calling again? I answered the call, and the girl, in a tearful voice, said, "My father has passed away. I'm standing outside your house. Please, can you come out?" With that, the call ended. I was startled and terrified. Why had the girl come to see me again? And how had her father died? I had seen him in good health just that morning. Then, suddenly, the doorbell rang. My fear intensified. Was the girl really outside? Or was it something else? Trembling, I slowly moved toward the door. My hands and feet turned cold at the thought of a dead girl's spirit coming to meet me in the middle of the night. And I was alone at home. The spirit could do anything to me. After mustering some courage, I opened the door and stepped outside. I looked around to see who had rung the doorbell. Was Oren's spirit here? But I couldn't see anyone nearby. Confused, I called out, "Is anyone here?" "Who rang the doorbell?" "Oren? Are you here?" Then a faint, floating voice echoed in the air. "Yes, Kamal. I'm here. But I'm a spirit, so you can't see me." "I understand, but why did you come to my house at this hour? You could have spoken over the phone. And how did your father die?" My sudden death was too much for my father to bear. After you visited him at the hospital, he felt a little better and returned home. But then he started crying again, thinking about me, and eventually had a heart attack and passed away. What? Is that why you're here? Do you need me to help? With his burial? Should I inform the neighbors about his death? No, my relatives have already taken care of it. I need another favor. Another favor? All right, but first come inside. It's almost 2 a.m. If someone sees me standing outside talking to myself, they'll think I'm crazy. I can't enter your house. You have holy books inside, and I'm a cursed spirit. I can't enter unless you remove them. Sorry, I can't remove them. Let's go to the rooftop instead. All right. As I climbed the stairs to the rooftop, I couldn't help but think about how I was about to stand on the rooftop with the spirit of a dead girl. This was worse than staying downstairs. The thought of being alone with a spirit in the middle of the night sent shivers down my spine. Once we reached the rooftop, I nervously asked, "Oren, are you here? What was it you needed help with?" "Yes. Only you can help me. I need to take revenge for everything. Will you help me?" "Revenge? For what?" "I want to find those who killed me and bathe in their blood." "What?" "They'll face justice one day. You're dead now. You should let go of this world and move on to the next." "Yes, I will. But before that, I want to kill those monsters. Tell me, what was my crime? Why did they kill me? Just to satisfy their lust. My mother died right after I was born, so everyone called me cursed. But my father loved me more than anything. His dream was to make me a doctor. Despite all the hardships, he never let my education stop. I was about to take my HSC exams this year. I was preparing to get into a government medical college, but those monsters changed my life forever. What was my fault? And what was my father's fault? We were happy, but why did they do this to me? I have to take revenge for my murder. Look, do whatever you want, but why are you dragging me into this? And how do you even know me? Tell me that first. It's not the right time to explain that yet. For now, just help me. I can't help you anymore. Please leave. If I leave now, something terrible will happen to your family. Something you can't even imagine. Why do you keep bringing my family into this? I told you, this is the last time. Help me one more time, and I promise I'll never bother you again. I'll set you free. Fine. Tell me what you need. I need a body. A body I can possess. Once I take control of it, I won't need anyone's help anymore. I'll take my revenge myself. I promise, once I have the body, I'll set you free. Have you gone mad? Where am I supposed to get a body for you? Are you trying to possess my body or something? If I could do that, do you think I'd be standing here talking to you? I would have already taken over your body. I can't possess a living body. I need a dead one. A dead body? Where am I supposed to get a dead body for you? And how would I even bring one? You know how. But tomorrow is the new moon night. I need a girl's body by tomorrow. Otherwise, I'll make your life a living hell. Believe me, I don't know any hospitals or people who can arrange a body for you. I can't do something like this. Please try somewhere else. Why do you need a hospital? There's a graveyard not far from your house. I've heard 2-3 bodies are buried there every day. Yes, so? You have a spade at your house, don't you? Go to the graveyard, dig up a fresh grave, and bring me a girl's body. Can't you do that? I can't do something so horrible. Please leave me alone. No, you have to do this. I need a fresh girl's body by tomorrow. Hearing the dead girl's spirit say these things made my head spin. I couldn't even walk past a graveyard during the day, and now this spirit was asking me to go to the graveyard at night, dig up a grave, and bring her a body. There was no way I could do that. No matter what, she threatened. I couldn't go along with this. I started thinking about how to get rid of her.